Welcome back to week 5, day 1 of the Strive to Thrive program. This week we're really going to focus on strength. I'm going to take you through a quick dynamic warm-up, and then you will need a set of dumbbells as well as a mini band, which I have mine right over here. They're out of the way for now, but you will need them close to you for once we get into our strength exercises. Let's go ahead and start with our standing warm-up, and then I'll walk you through the strength exercises. So to start, let's begin with that marching in place. Little bit of swinging those arms. We want to make sure that we get our muscles warmed up because we will be working them a little bit more today. Now bring those knees a little higher and give me some big forward arm circles. Make sure you're standing up nice and tall. You're driving those knees up towards the ceiling. And now we're going to go into the heels back and cross the arms. All right, from here, go ahead and keep your feet about hip width apart. Bring those hands behind your head. Knees are just slightly bent, and we're just going to slowly give a hip hinge at the waist until we feel that gentle stretch before returning up. So just go down as low as you're comfortable. You're pushing those hips back as you bend down, feeling that gentle stretch in the back of your thighs. Just warming up those hamstring muscles. Let's go for one more. Good, go ahead and stand up. Now give me some toe taps forward and add in that chest press. Make sure that you're pressing forward, and as you come back, you're pulling those elbows back, warming up the chest and the back. And then from here, heel taps out in front, and add in those arm curls. And from here, we're going to tap out to the side and reach over. Really reaching for that opposite wall, feeling that stretch all the way down your sides. And bring it back to center, stand up tall, get those shoulders down and back, and twist side to side, pivoting on that back foot, protecting our knees that way. And last but not least, some reverse shoulder rolls. Just big reverse shoulder circles. And relax. Okay, if you want to keep moving while I'm explaining the exercises, feel free. But we're going to start out with our strength exercises in a sit to stand. This one you can use weight, but you don't have to. I encourage you to maybe try a couple without weight first, see how comfortable you are, and then determine from there if you'd like to use the weights or not. So what you're going to do to start is you'll start sitting out in your chair a little bit towards the front. Your feet are flat on the floor, about hip width apart. You're sitting up nice and tall. The goal of this is going to be to not use the armrests or your legs to stand up. I like to just kind of keep my hands about chest level. You're going to stand up nice and tall, standing tall at the top before sitting back down. I want you to work at sitting down and not just plop down on that chair, as tempting as it might be. We are going to go for 12 of these. Stay with me the best you can. I'll do the counting, that way you don't have to worry about that as well. Make sure you look back and to see. We're going for 12 reps. Make sure that you sit back in the chair, and if you need to look back to make sure it's there, please do so. Okay, let's sit up nice and tall. Shoulders down and back, trying not to use our arms. Go ahead and stand up and sit back down. Going at your own pace if you need to. We're going slow and controlled though. Feel that weight shift in your feet as you stand up, and sit back down. As you sit down, you should feel that your hips are going back towards that chair and that weight is in your heels. Let's go for 3 more. Keep standing up nice and tall. 1 more. And relax. All right. Good work with that one. Now I want you to grab your mini band. The fun part of getting our mini band around our legs, so you can work on getting that band up and over your knees while I explain what we're doing next. So you want to make sure it's just above your knees. Ideally that it's laying flat against you, mostly just for comfort purposes. You're still sitting towards the front of your chair, sitting up nice and tall. Your feet are together on this one. You can kind of do whatever with your hands, whatever feels comfortable, but this is working on the hips, the outside of the hips. All you're going to do is slowly bring your knees apart from each other and very slowly and controlled bring them back together. This is a seated clamshell. You may not get a lot of range of motion out here. That's perfectly okay. So once again, we are going for 12 reps, slow and controlled, not letting that band pull your knees back together. Hopefully your band is on. That's always the tricky part. Let's go ahead, sit tall, and begin. As you bring those knees out, keep your feet flat on the floor. Focusing on slow and controlled movements. Your feet just stay together, flat on the floor. Just hang out here. Your shoulders are down and relaxed, away from your ears. And eventually, the goal is that you start feeling it in the outsides of your hips. Go for 3 more. Last one. And relax. Okay, now that we've done that, you get to take that band off. For now, we'll revisit those in a little bit, but set the band aside and now switch it out for your dumbbells. Whatever weight you have is great. You can always do these exercises without the weight and just go through the motions as well. I've got my weights here. The next exercise is going to be a seated bent over row. So I'll show you what it looks like and then we'll get started. You're going to hold the dumbbells with your palms facing in, going to lean slightly forward. I'm still sitting towards the front of my chair. My feet are flat, keeping me nice and grounded. I'm just doing that hip hinge so my chest is still out, shoulders are down, and you're just going to pull your elbows back before returning back down to this position. So I really want you to focus on squeezing those shoulder blades together. Think about having a tennis ball between your shoulder blades as you pull back to work that upper back and keeping your vision just in front of your toes, maybe a foot, to make sure that you're not bending your neck too much or looking too far up. Let's give it a try. We're going for 12 reps once again. So bend over slightly, your palms are in, shoulders are down, looking just in front of those feet, and let's row. Squeezing the shoulder blades without trying to shrug the shoulders, which can be a little tricky sometimes. Don't forget to breathe either. That's 8 for me. Stay with me here. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. And relax. All right, good work with those. You can set the dumbbells to the side, making sure they're out of the way. And we're going to stand up, and this next one, you have a few different options depending on your comfort level. Let me turn my chair. We're doing incline push-ups to work on that pushing movement, which is just functional for everyday activities. The wall is going to be the easiest option. A counter will be kind of the moderate level, and then a chair will be a little bit more difficult. So choose what you'd like, depending on if you have any shoulder injuries or what your comfort level is. I'll be demonstrating on my chair, but do what's comfortable for you, what's nearby, and we're just going to be doing push-ups. So you can use armrests of your chair, or if you want to go a little bit more so you can do the seat, but you want to start out in this flat position. All you're going to do is come down and press up. I would recommend that if you are using the chair, you put it to a wall just for safety reasons. So once again, we're going for 12 push-ups. So go ahead and get in your position. Make sure your body's nice and flat. I am on the balls of my feet. I'm in that straight body position, and let's do some push-ups. Remembering to breathe. Go down as low as you're comfortable. If you can't go very low, that's okay. You will get stronger and be able to go lower. If you're doing it all on the wall now, eventually the goal would be to work towards the counter and then the chair. 2 more push-ups. Last one. And relax. Awesome job there. Hopefully you felt that in your chest, maybe the shoulders a little bit too. And if you didn't feel it in your shoulders, you will feel this next one in your shoulders. Go ahead and grab your weights. We're going to stay standing for this exercise. What this one's going to look like is a curl to a shoulder press. So your feet are about hip width apart, slight bend in the knees, shoulders down and back. All we're doing, curling with the palms forward, turning the palms, going into a shoulder press, pressing those weights up and together, slowly come down, turn, and return. That's 1. We're going for 12. This is a 2-in-1 exercise. That's 1 rep. It's a 2-in-1 type of exercise, so we're going for 12. Slow and controlled. Here we go. Curl, press, slowly come down. Good. You're doing great, working those arms, specifically the biceps and the shoulders. Looking straight ahead, you're standing up tall. Think about activating that core. Think back to how we've done that in the past. Back flat against the wall, pulling your belly button towards your spine. I hope those arms are burning. We got 4 more. 3 more. Stay with me. Give me 1 more. I know you can do it. Awesome job. You can go ahead and relax. If you need to set those weights down and shake out your arms a little, feel free to do so. Last exercise, and then we're going through these once more, is going to be standing calf raises. Once again, you can do this just body weight, or if you'd like to add a challenge, you can just hold the dumbbells at your side, standing up tall, and go up on your toes. But I want you to feel comfortable for balance, so if you need to go behind a chair or next to a wall to hold on, I'd rather you do it without weights and practice safety. So decide what you're going to do. Stand up tall, chest out, shoulders down and back, feet are hip width apart, and let's begin. Slowly go up on the toes, back down. Going for 12. Working on ankle mobility, as well as strengthening the calves and balance. 3 more. 1 more. And relax. Okay, you can set your dumbbells aside. Grab some water if you need it. We're starting back at the top with our sit to stands. So if you want to go ahead and sit down in your chair, feel free to do so. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our sit to stands. Again, feet are hip width apart, feet are flat on the floor. Holding weights if you want to challenge yourself this time. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with those sit stands. If you want to use weights this round, you're welcome to. If you're doing that, you can just hold the weights at your chest, and that'll just be a little bit more challenging. But if that doesn't feel comfortable, and just stick to the body weight, which is what I'll be demonstrating. Going for 12 again. Let's begin. Remember, we're trying not to use the armrests if possible. And if you need to look back behind you to make sure that chair's there when you sit down, please do so. Remembering to stand up nice and tall at the top. Looking straight ahead. We're pushing those hips back as we sit down in that chair. One more. And relax. Awesome job with that one. It's mini band time. Grab your band. Let's first work on getting it on our legs. Sometimes too, it helps to cross your leg. Whatever you need to do to get that band on you is fine with me. Going just above the knees once again for our seated clamshells. So as you're getting that band on, once you're ready, you can sit towards the front of your chair, making sure you have room for your legs to move. Feet are together, flat on the floor, doing whatever's comfortable with your hands if you want to hold on to the armrest or in front of you. And let's go ahead and begin with those clamshells. Slowly coming out and back in. Don't let those feet come out like this as you do the clamshell. You're fighting to keep the feet flat, which is what's going to help activate these hip muscles. How's your posture? Are you sitting up nice and tall? Sometimes there's so much to think about. You might start to slouch, but we want to work on strengthening the core as well, so we're practicing good posture. Give me 2 more. Last one. Okay, go ahead and relax. Take that band off again. You can put the band to the side. We are done with that. And you can swap it out for your dumbbells. We're going back to that seated row. Remember, this is the one where you're bent over and you're pulling those elbows back towards each other to really squeeze the shoulder blades as you pull back. Working on the upper back, which is also really important to help with posture. So grab those weights, palms are facing inward, sitting up tall, chest out, slight lean forward, and let's row. Looking just in front of your feet, not too far behind your feet. That'll put a little too much pressure on the neck. You're keeping those shoulders down the best you can. Go for 2 more. And relax. Awesome job with those. You can set the dumbbells aside and get ready for our push-ups. Depending on what you did last time and how it felt, you can do the same thing. If it felt a little easy, you can try the next step down. Remember, 1, 2, 3 in the level of easiest to most challenging would be wall, counter, and then chair. And for the chair armrests, if they're sturdy, you can do that, or on the seat itself. Going for 12 reps again. Let's get in our position, check in on that core, your body's nice and straight, and let's do our push-ups. You're breathing. Stay with me, you're doing great. We're almost done with the strength portion for today. 2 more push-ups. Last one, and relax. Great job with those push-ups. Grab your weights again. And let's do our curl to press. Just a reminder, palms stay facing forward. As we curl, we turn the palms forward this way, press up together, and come down. I know you're ready. You're excited to get going. Feet are nice and stable, hip width apart, weights evenly distributed, slight bend in the knees. Let's begin. Curl, turn, and press. Still breathing. Remember, all motions are slow and controlled. We control the weights. We're not letting the weights control us. You're doing awesome. That's halfway through these. Stay strong for the second half. I'm sure those arms and the shoulders are feeling it. I know mine are. We've only got 2 more. Stay with me here. Last one, make it the best. And relax. Great job. We only have 1 more exercise, and that's our standing calf raises, with or without weight, depending on what you need to do for yourself. If you need to hold on, please do so. Maybe try only holding on with 1 or 2 fingers, so you're not putting too much weight on whatever you're leaning on. Okay, let's push through it, standing up tall. Let's begin. Try to keep your knees mostly straight. After this, we're doing our stretches. 2 more. Last one. Great job. Go ahead and set those weights to the side out of your way so you don't step on them. We're going to do a couple of standing stretches. We're going to do a couple of standing stretches, and then we'll go ahead and sit down and stretch. So for starters, grab your chair or the wall, the counter, whatever you've got near you. Bring one leg back, pressing that back heel into the floor. Get a good calf stretch going on. Looking straight ahead. Just relax here, relax those shoulders. Switch sides. Pressing that heel into the floor, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Okay, go ahead and stand next to your chair so the chair's on the left. Bring the right leg behind the left leg. Weights on the right leg. Stick your hips out to the right. Right arm comes up and reaches to the left. Get that nice stretch down the right side of the legs and hips especially, but a little bit on our torso as well. The chair's there for support, for balance purposes. Bring it to center. Now the chair's on your right side. Left leg comes behind the right leg with the weight on the left leg. Hips out to the left. Left arm comes up and reaches to the right. Come back to center, and you can have a seat. Okay, sit back in your chair. Let's bring those feet out, legs straight, and do some ankle circles. Switch directions. And do some ankle pumps up and down. And relax. Go ahead and sit forward on your chair. Bring that right leg out, hands on the left knee, and just lean forward at the waist. Get a good stretch in the hamstrings, maybe a little behind the knee, and potentially into that calf. take it to the other side, left leg out straight, hands on the right leg, and lean forward. And go ahead and sit up. Let's do our piriformis stretch. So this is the one, cross that right leg over on top of the left leg. If that's a little too much, remember your left leg can be a little further away from you. You'll still feel the stretch, but it's not quite as intense that way. You're still sitting up nice and tall. So the right leg's crossed over, you feel it in the right hip and glute. Okay, bring that right leg down and take it to the other side. Left leg across, sitting up tall. Remember, we don't bounce, we just hang out here and enjoy how good the stretch feels. It's one of those hurt so good type of stretches maybe, but it does feel good. Just keep telling yourself that. And relax. All right, go ahead and sit back in your chair. Bring both hands down to the side, palms forward, and lean back, chest up to the ceiling. Feel the stretch in the chest, a little bit in the biceps. And then from there, sit up, bring one arm across, pulling on it to get a gentle stretch in the shoulder. Your shoulders are relaxed. Take it to the other side. Okay, go ahead and relax. Now roll those shoulders back a few times. And keep the shoulders down and back away from your ears. Going to start out with just our neck rotation, so look over the right shoulder. And then slowly rotate to look over the left shoulder. One more time to the right. And to the left. Bring it back to center. Make sure those shoulders are down. And bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Get that nice stretch on the right side of your neck. Take it to the other side. Stay on this side, look down to the ground, and roll your head from one side to the other in the front of your body. Nice and slow. Bring it back to center and relax. Last but not least, I want you to sit up nice and tall. We're going to finish off with a couple of deep breaths, just sitting here. You don't need to do anything except inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. So let's go ahead and sit tall. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. And relax. I hope you did awesome today. Awesome job today. You did so well. I look forward to seeing you next time to continue with some more strength exercises. Thanks for joining me today.